What's up, guys? Name is Herbert Hill, and welcome to my Let's Play of Project Zomboid. This is a zombie survival, and I mean that to its absolute definition. This isn't like other games like H1Z1 or DayZ or Dying Light or, I don't know, Minecraft or any other zombie survival game you are actually used to. That includes things like How to Survive and whatnot. Um, the best way I can explain what this game is like is to say, imagine you wake up one day and, you know, rational thinking human beings suddenly no longer exist. You go out of your home and you see that the place is basically deserted, and then next thing you know, there are just zombies everywhere. And you are tasked basically with just surviving as long as possible. So basically, this game really doesn't have a definite goal or end. It's just you trying to survive as long as possible. And I'm going to warn you now, I kind of do suck at this game. So there's fair warning. We're going to go to solo. Actually, we're going to check out options first. Let's see, I got full screen, vertical, multi-core. I really don't like to use shaders. I don't really like to use 3D models either. I don't like the 3D corpses. But everything else I basically keep as it is. Clock just switch me. Okay, yeah, I want 12-hour clock. Inventory size, font, audio. I play most of my games with the music off because normally I am listening to things in the background. For a game like Project Zomboid, there really is no real penalty for playing with music on or off. I just prefer off because it kind of adds to the ambience of the game. Let's see, current track, official, heart volume. I guess that can stay the same. You know what? Oh yeah, I'm playing with music also. Technically, this really doesn't matter. I don't even know why I clicked that in the first place. Key bindings. I'm basically using the default keys here. I don't really change anything. It's recommended that you use a controller, but I'm more of a keyboard and mouse kind of guy. So I just kind of leave this alone. I've gone through it before, but I found that I really didn't need to change anything. And as you can see, here are your controller options here. I do have a receiver for the PC for my Xbox controller, but like I said, I'm more of a PC and keyboard and mouse kind of guy anyway. And we're just going to, what is this? Refills the weapon provided there is ammunition available. I don't really use guns in this game. I know in the later sort of stages of the game, and when I say stages, I mean more like the amount of time that has passed, because in this game, the amount of zombies that spawn on the map steadily increase by the day. So there is a peak day to where the amount of zombies that spawn every spawn cycle is at its highest, and it remains there. So every time it's time for, every cell to respawn its items and or mobs, that's what that is for, or as far as the spawning goes. Next, we're going to take a look at the mods tab here. I am running several mods. One of them is the extended foods mod. This is a mod that I've created myself, and it kind of works and it kind of doesn't. The purpose of my mod is that, of course, it extends the foods available, the foods that you can find, the foods that spawn randomly in containers and whatnot, as well as foods you can craft, but it also expands the amount of food options, manipulations, and controls you can have. And one of my foods that's actually not working is the ramen pot recipes and functions I've added through LUA. Where basically, if you have, like, let's say 3 bowls of ramen, you can combine those into a single pot that's 3/5 of a pot of ramen. I hope I said that correctly. So that basically is something that my mod adds, and I'm planning to add much, much more of those. As far as ramen data goes, I have all the ramen data done already. That's for regular ramen, chicken ramen. I've added bacon ramen, I've added beef ramen, and I've added steak ramen. And I'm pretty sure eventually, maybe next week, hopefully, I'll be adding a few more ramen types as well as additional foods. And since I'm running mods like Kinyoshi's mod and the More Edibles mod, I've seen that they've added things like pasta and different wines, different types of sodas, and all sorts of neat little things. So if I'm lucky, I can actually get even more types of foods added in. Right now, I've already added in about 40-ish food items myself, but like I said, only about half of them are properly working. This is not including combinations of those foods or optional manipulations of that food. That's not including those, because if I was including those, it would be from like 30 to more like 80. I'm also using Hydrocraft, which I'm still new to this mod, so I'm still not even sure what all it adds in and what all it changes, what all it does. So I'm really not sure how to explain. As for Kinyoshi's mods, I've basically combined them and I've got them recoded to working perfectly in build 32.27, which is the current build I'm working with now. And yes, I do find it quite odd that I can get someone else's mod running 100% fine. You see all these mods here, the transmorphing batch, the food and spices, flatware, leftover abandoned foods, the play with it, carbonite, Swedish nice, raincoat, the vanilla mod, even the hammer in time. I've gotten all of those working 100% well here in build 32.27, but can't get my own crap to run properly. It's a process. So yes, I am running all of these. What I really wanted was just the transmorphing bats and the leftover abandoned foods. That's basically why I've tried to update the Kinyoshi's mods in the first place, but it just occurred to me, why not just combine them all? Just to have more options available within the world. So that's fine. The more edibles should be self-explanatory. It does add more than what I'd be able to describe, but like I said, I haven't played long enough with it before. This mod I'm quite familiar with. It adds neat little things that you normally would find on a dead person's body if you happen to wake up one morning on the fall of humanity and you happen to come across a dead body and you pick their pockets and find out that they still have things like jewelry, they still have things like wallets, paper clips. Found a maggot once in my test play. Like, why is that there? Running the paint mod, which I've personally never used, despite that I've been running it since build, 2.9.9.27. This one I've also updated, but never actually got around to actually using anything that was added with it. The professionals mod, I've been running this for a very long time. It adds a lot more professions that you can spawn as. They add different types of buffs, so that is very good to have. Especially since I like to role play when I play this game. I like to role play as a certain number of my OCs. Well, at least my 4 main OCs, and that's what I'll be doing for this here Let's Play as well. Right now, I'm just giving you a sense of what this game is and whatnot. And then we also have quick containers, which basically adds a bunch of different types of containers that you can use for food and medicines and first aid kits, as it says here, which is good because that means that if I were to combine this mod with this one, and my own, I'd be able to make the food and rations and mod that mine was supposed to add without needing to create additional textures and items for, because they'd already exist here in quick containers or here in more edibles. So that's already a very good workload off my shoulders, which is great. I just have to figure out how to do that. So this is pretty much the game. Now, in the next video, I'll actually be starting as one of my OCs. I will give you... Actually, you know what? Let me just explain the OC I'll be playing as first. In that OC of mine is Leah Shepherd. She is one of my main OCs from one of my favorite fandoms, Star Ocean 3, specifically. Not the entire Star Ocean franchise, just Star Ocean 3, because it's my favorite of all the games that I've played of the Star Ocean series. And she is a 23-year-old professional gamer. It's what she's paid to do, it's her career, and she's very good at it. She ranks in one of the top 100 game ranks, basically, for MLG. But she's not number one. No. None of my characters are that casual, but she is one of the best players. Her favorite types of games are shooters, whether it be first or third person, so she's very much into the whole virtual reality thing, where she actually gets to self-insert herself into games. One of her favorite games is Mass Effect and Battlefield 4, because she loves her shooters, as I said, and she's starting to get into Dying Light. So I like to use her as a sort of a catalyst for the games I play. And one of those games is, of course, Project Zomboid. I like to use her in New Vegas as well, and I like to use her in Skyrim. So a little bit of a background of Leah Shepherd. Personality-wise, she's very forthcoming. She's not very shy. She's a tad bit abrasive sometimes. But she's not she's not a jerk. But she can be very hard and direct sometimes. She's not what you'd call a gamer girl, or at least the stereotype of gamer girl that you normally would see. You know, basically the chick that wears the pop culture t-shirts just to get the attention of nerd guys, which I don't see why that's a thing in the first place. No. She's one of those types of girls who would say, "Hey, if you take me lightly, I'm going to shoot you in the face with grenades." She's one of those types of person. She has very good accuracy, not perfect, but very good accuracy in games. She's very quick on her feet. She has very good reaction time. And things she likes. She loves comedy, or at least, comedy and media, of course. But there's only certain types of comedy she likes. She's not very, high up on the whole sex comedy thing. She really doesn't see the appeal in it. She's not very good on the political comedies, because she's not what you call a political person. She doesn't even follow politics at all. But if it's things to do with like TV shows, anime, and other gamings, comedy that revolves around that is things that she really, really likes. And yes, I do plan on having a picture for her soon. I'm rebuilding her facial structure in like 5 different games, and so far I've only gotten one game that has gotten her to her exact likeness, which unfortunately is in Mass Effect 3, which I'm trying not to start again until I finish Mass Effect 2 again, which, by the way, the Mass Effect series is her favorite series. But that I'll be explaining in her actual character OC video, if I do one, because the whole Mass Effect thing is very, very integral to her backstory, which I will not be explaining here in this little thing, Let's Play, because I don't think it's necessary. Okay, so what kind of person she will be here? She's a very brave person. Like I said, she is, quick on her feet. She does have good reaction times, and she is fairly strategic. But her brazenness does tend to lead her into sticky situations where she say, okay, there are some threats around, but I'm pretty sure I can get to this item, or I'm pretty sure I can get to this location. Or she just say, hey, why not drag the crowd with me? So she's kind of brave in that sense. So I hope this is enough information about Leah. So when I actually do this Let's Play as her, you'll have an understanding of why she will be the way she is. Now, I'm not good at throwing my voice around, so I doubt I'll be trying to imitate her, but I'll be playing as if I were Leah. Because this is somehow going to totally work out in her favor. Not. So I hope you guys will stick around for the next video, and I hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe. Later.